Mid-Utah Radio presents high school baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Baseball is what gets inside you. It's what lights you up. It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
This broadcast is powered by Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring, Barrett's Food Town, Mason Machinery, the Jorgensen Automotive Group, Sunrise Engineering, D.P. Curtis Trucking, Farmers Insurance Agents Dan and Gabe Cranny, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Clear Sight Glass Solutions, San Pete Steel, Gunnison Valley Hospital, and Intermountain Power.
I know it's gotta be that can't eat, can't sleep, reach for the stars, over the fence, World Series kind of stuff, right?
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of high school baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back once again to Kate Field on the campus of Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Corey Sorensen on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports for the second game of the day here at Salt Lake Community College in the semifinal game of Bracket 2 of the 3A Baseball State Tournament. Winner of this game will be in the championship game for this bracket, and the loser will drop down to play Juab tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the one-loss semifinal game. And got a great matchup here today, though, Corey. Two teams that have been in the same region for a lot of years until this year, and they met on the Saturday portion of the state tournament last year in Manti and Union.
Yeah, they did, and it was a very good game. It was a little bit of a heated game last year, if you remember right. But these are two teams that know each other well, and maybe weren't in the same region this year, but they're well aware of who each other is and know how to play each other.
Yes, they do. And final handshakes all around by the coaches and the umpires as we get ready for today's game. Union comes in as the number 7 seed, an 18-10 overall record. They went 8-2 in Region 14. They are coached by Matt Labram. Manti, the number 6 seed, with a record of 16-7 on the year, 8-6 in Region 12 play. They are coached by Brian Kiesel. So the two teams that aren't supposed to be here as the 6 and 7 seeds in this bracket, but they both make it through to the undefeated semifinal game here today. And Manti has already taken the field, so we'll go ahead and jump into the starting lineups. First off, for the visiting team, the 7th-seeded Union Cougars, here's Corey Sorensen.
Okay, center fielder, number 10, Peyton Marks, will be the leadoff hitter. Hitting in the second spot and playing right field, number 42, Cade Franson. Hitting third will be the pitcher, number 21, P.J. Hancock. Hitting fourth and playing first base, number 18, Tyson Marks. Hitting fifth and catching, number 12, Hayden Rich. Hitting sixth and playing left field, number 4, Xander Nilsson. Hitting seventh and playing third base, number 15, Gavin Roberts. The DH today and hitting eighth will be number 25, Camden Franson. Hitting ninth and playing shortstop, number 11, Chase Nilsson. And number 1, Jackson Christensen, will be playing second base.
So there's your starters for the Union Cougars, and now the starters for the home team, the Manti Templars here at Kate Field. First off, leading it off is the right fielder, number 00, Bo Stevens. Hitting in the 2-hole, the center fielder, number 23, Reggie Frischnick. Batting third is the pitcher today, number 50, Kason Bailey. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, number 3, Braxton Henningsen. Batting fifth, today's left fielder, number 27, Cody Agard. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 33, Chase Kiesel. Batting seventh is the third baseman, number 18, Britton Kiesel. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 12, Tage Hill. And running out the batting order is the second baseman, number 15, Lane Cox for the Manti Templars. And Manti got here with a 9-1 win over North San Pete yesterday after sweeping Providence Hall in their Super Regional Series last week. And for Union, they swept Ogden in their Super Regional last week and then got the upset yesterday over number 2 Juab 3-2 to advance to this game here today. And so got, again, a great matchup here between the 6 and 7 seeds in this year's 3A Baseball State Tournament.
Yeah, it is. Both teams are coming in hot. Manti hit the ball extremely well yesterday, and Union gets a great win behind the pitching of Peyton Marks yesterday. So these teams they're ready to play.
Yes, they are. Kason Bailey on the mound for Manti, faces the top of the Union order. Peyton Marks, Cade Franson, and P.J. Hancock. And if they get to the fourth batter, that will be Tyson Marks for the Cougars. And first pitch, swing and a miss for Marks for strike one. Here's the 0-1 delivery now. He'll score a bunt. And he actually fouls that one off. He's saying it hit him, but he scored on the button, hadn't pulled the bump back, says the umpire. So strike 2. Hit him on the arm. He wanted to take the base, but the umpire says, nope, you are still squared around.
Yeah, a little bit of a discussion right there. Coach Labrum maybe still, nope, he's coming down maybe to see, maybe he's talking to his player, maybe the umpire, not sure. But, yeah, umpire said, hey, you didn't get that bat back.
So it's an 0-2 count. Kason Bailey working ahead, the left-handed pitcher for Manti. Left-on-left battle here, and we got time called by the umpire. He wasn't ready yet. Tells Bailey to wait for me to give you the "you're good to go" signal.
It's cold out there. They want to get going.
0-2 pitch. That one will hit Marks as it came across, and the curveball broke late, but still caught him. I think mostly just the jersey.
Yeah, it looked like it was just his jersey. Kind of went through his jersey there, and no harm, no foul. And first runner reaches base with the being hit by pitch.
So that brings to the plate now Cade Franson with a runner on base and no outs. And then you'll notice Gannon Labrum normally bats in this spot. I was talking to Coach Labrum beforehand, and it was a tough call yesterday to have Gannon get tossed at the end of the top half of the 7th inning, but it makes it so he will miss today's game. First pitch here from Bailey to Franson, misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, that was with Labrum being ejected out of the game. We missed that, but Adam, he caught that and showed us. We're just not sure everything that went down, but Labrum's not playing today.
Bailey checks Marks at first base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss low for ball 2, so a 2-0 hitters count for Franson.
Marks takes his lead. Not much of a lead over there. He's staying close with the left-handed pitcher.
Throw over to first, not in time. Marks dives back safely. Union drew 6 walks yesterday against Juab. Already have drawn 1 here today, and there's ball 3 to Franson as Bailey misses low. 3-0 count.
Yeah, just having a little bit of a hard time finding the zone right now, but I know Coach Kiesel's hoping he'll settle in and find the zone and help his own cause.
Throw over to first again, not in time as Marks again dives back safely.
Once again, Marks, he's maybe getting 2-step lead there, nothing too big.
Bailey sets. Here's the 3-0 delivery now to Cade Franson. All automatic right down the middle for strike 1.
That was a good-looking fastball. You see that kind of tail to the outside part of the plate, a tailing fastball.
Nice 2-seamer.
Yeah.
Franson takes the number call from Coach Labrum and stands back in on the right side. 3-1 hitters count. Marks takes the lead at first, extending it a little bit. 3-1 pitch, misses low and in for ball 4, and Franson will draw the base on balls. So a hit by pitch and a walk issued by Kason Bailey puts 2 on with no outs here in the top of the first inning for Manti. For Union, excuse me.
Yep, and Hill's going to go out and talk to Bailey, settle him down a little bit. But one thing you hear from every coach is you cannot give away bases with walks. And right now there's 2 runners on, 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk. So
brings P.J. Hancock to the plate now for the Cougars. So he takes the sign from Coach Labrum. Runners will take their lead. First pitch, big swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, big hard swing right there on a first pitch he sees, which coaches are maybe looking down and saying, hey, be a little patient right now. Let's make him earn that strike.
Here's the 0-1 from Bailey. That one misses low for ball 1. And a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bailey sets from the stretch. Here's the turn and look at second base. No throw made. And Bailey is one that he has a little bit of a propensity to walk guys. As you look at his strikeout to walk ratio, it's 58-38. 1-1 pitch will miss high and away for ball 2 and a 2-1 count. So in 40 and the third innings, he walks nearly a guy an inning.
Well, his coach is going to want him to have a better ratio this game to give them a chance to win this game.
1-2 pitch. That one caught the inside edge, or the 2-1 pitch caught the inside edge for a called strike 2, so a 2-2 count.
And that's a good pitch right there. We said earlier, you know, Bailey has a tailing fastball, two-seam fastball, and so he can kind of get away with throwing one inside. He's going to come back out across the plate for a strike, as that one did.
And time called by Hancock in the box, so he'll step out. Bailey resets on the mound. It's Marks at second base, Franson at first base for the Cougars. No score, no outs. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball caught the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Hancock will go down looking for the first out of the inning. First strike out of the game for Casey Bailey.
Good pitch right there. Good curveball by Bailey, and our ratio right now, we're 1-1.
So on the left side now is Tyson Marks, sophomore, cleanup hitter. Left on left here. First pitch from Bailey. This is high and tight, ball 1.
The outfield right now for Manti, they're playing straight up. A little bit of a hole right there between first and second in that 3-4 gap.
Runners take their lead. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's on the outside edge for strike 1. Now it's a 1-1 count. Got a quick glancing at the scoreboard there. You keep having the wrong count up there.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on here in the top of the first. No score between Union and Manti. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike 2 and a 1-2 count now to Tyson Marks.
That one was right down the middle right there. And 2 strike count now.
Again, Bailey checks the runners. There's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball stays up for ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
Interesting right now. You got Lane Cox playing second base for the Templars. He's actually shading more towards second base with the left-handed batter. Usually they'll play more in the hole because they're pull hitters.
2-2 curveball misses outside for ball 3 and a full count now to Marks. As Bailey again sets. There's the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside edge, and Marks will go down looking for the second out of the inning, second strikeout of the game for Casey Bailey.
Good pitch right there on the outside part of the plate. That's 2 strikeouts in a row for Bailey after allowing the first 2 runners to reach 1 hit and 1 base on balls.
So that'll bring Hayden Rich to the plate, the catcher for the Cougars. He stands on the right side with 2 on and 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. No score between Manti and Union. Bailey again sets. First pitch. That'll miss high and away for ball 1.
The wind's starting to pick up out there. You look at that flag. It's really blown from the north.
The 1-0's on the outside half for a called strike 1 and a 1-1 count now to Rich. Yeah, it's blowing the flag pretty good. And that's a cold wind out of the north.
It is, and this is the hardest we've seen the wind blow all day.
1-1 count here. Got time called by Rich in the box. Tage Hill behind the plate gets a new pitch call from the dugout. The 1-1 as the runners go. Curveball called strike. No throw down to third. So they double still on for the Cougars. It's now a 1-2 count to Hayden Rich with 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, I got the double still there. 2 runners in scoring position. Coach Labrin, he looked at his catcher Hayden Rich and said, "Hey, let's go. Let's get these guys in."
So 2 outs and 2 on. Here's the 1-2 from Bailey. Swung on, chopped foul to the left side as Rich battles. Again, the 1-2. That one will miss inside.
Right now, a good hard base hit. Well, it could score 2 runs. Definitely will score 1. Could score 2.
Two-two. Curveball. Just misses outside for ball 3 and a full count for Hayden Rich.
Yeah, Hill did a good job. He was trying to frame that pitch and pull that back in over the outside corner of the plate, but just staying outside.
Counts full for Hayden Rich. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Rich will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. 3rd strikeout of the game for Kasem Bailey after 2 get on for the Cougars. Bailey strikes out the next 3, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base through 1/2 inning of play. It is Union 0, Manti 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open in Ridgefield. Come in today and experience an awesome salad bar and pasta choices with 12 different premium pizzas, breadsticks, ice cream, and bottomless drinks. Oh yeah, and it's all you can eat. Ross's Pizza and Pasta Buffet is now open at 1475 North Main in Ridgefield with lots of convenient parking and quick in and out all-you-can-eat buffet-style dining. That's Ross's Pizza and Pasta all-you-can-eat buffet, open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the North I-70 exit in Ridgefield.
Barrett's Food Town has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Food Town. Barrett's Food Town supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Food Town in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
In the beginning, glass repair meant a long trip to the city. Inconvenient, but it got the job done. Then came the big chains, quick but costly. Then Clear Sight Glass Solutions rolled into town. For 15 years, they've been making your life easier with mobile and in-shop services. Because they're local, and they genuinely care about keeping you safe on the road. They even recalibrate for new models. Visit them on Main Street or at clearsightglasssolutions.com. Keep it clear, keep it local with Clear Sight Glass Solutions in Nephi.
Your source for high school sports.
KSBC.
Welcome back here to Kate Field at Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Corey Sorensen as we go to the bottom of the 1st inning with no score between Manti and Union. And the Templars will bring the top of the order to the plate here in the bottom of the 1st. Bo Stevens, Reggie Frischnick, and Kasem Bailey. If they get to the 4th batter, the cleanup hitter is Braxton Henningsen. P.J. Hancock on the mound for Union. First work from the stretch. First pitch to Stevens. Misses high and away for ball 1. Works from the stretch, and he works on the very left field side edge of the mound.
Yeah, he is. He's almost off the rubber right there.
There's the 1-0. Stays outside for ball 2, and a 2-0 hitters count now to Stevens.
I'm pretty sure half of his foot is not touching the rubber. I mean, it's that back half of his
foot. It's just the heel.
Yeah, it's his heel. That's crazy.
2-0. Curveball. Drops off low for ball 3.
You know, for Coach Kiesel's team right now, he's just saying, hey, we got to stay hot. Let's get a lead right here. A good hitting team are the Manti Templars.
Yes, they are. 3-0 pitch, all automatic right down the middle. Not sure what Bo Stevens is looking back. He was just trying to sell ball 4, I guess. He was ready to toss the bat.
That's right. That's what you got to do. That's your job.
So 3-1 count. The pitch from Hancock. Swung on, line drive, back of the middle, through for a base hit for Bo Stevens to lead the inning off with a single for the Templars.
Oh, good hard line drive right up the middle to get the first runner, or the first batter of the game for the Manti on base.
So that'll bring Reggie Frischnick to the plate now for the Templars. He leads the team this year in batting average, really just having a great season at the plate. is Frischnick as he comes in with a .494 average. He stands on the left side. First pitch, breaking ball, drops off for ball one.
This Reggie Frischnick, I mean, you just, if there's a ball involved in a sport, he's going to be good at it.
Yeah. No doubt about it. The reigning Mid-Utah Radio Male Athlete of the Year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike one and a 1-1 count.
Not much of a lead over there by Stevens. He wasn't even one step off the bag, really.
Yep. Steps back now as they reset. Frischnick steps out of the box. The practice swing and now stands back in. Right on left here as Manti goes left, left, left to start the game. Here's the 1-1. Curveball drops off in the turf for ball two and a 2-1 count. Good block behind the plate by Rich.
Yeah, Rich, he's a good catcher. He did a good job in their win yesterday against Juab behind the plate. Called a good game back there for his pitcher.
Again, Hancock sets. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will miss low for ball three and a 3-1 hitters count. Bo Stevens does a good job of selling that he's taken off.
Yeah, he fooled me. I thought he was, and then he just comes to an abrupt stop right there and comes back. But Rich jumped up out of his crouch, ready to throw down, and maybe just kind of get a little timing. See what the catcher's pop time is right there.
Yeah. Stevens takes his lead. There's a 3-1 to Frischnick. Check swing. Called strike two. Full count. Just hearing that the remainder of the tournament will be played here at Cape Field Salt Lake Community College. So they will not be moving to Kearns this weekend.
Well, for Adam, that's a great thing. He doesn't have to reset up all his equipment.
That's right. Frischnick gets a ground ball fouled on the right field line as Stevens took off on the pitch.
Because there is a lot of equipment, and he's doing a great job for you viewers who are able to watch this on Team Hive. So kudos to Adam and all his work.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll start at 11 o'clock right here at Salt Lake Community College with the loser of this game playing Juab. Again, the payoff pitch. Stevens takes off. Frischnick flies one into center field. Going back is Peyton Marks. That one's over his head as it one hops the wall. Stevens is being waved around third. Frischnick on his way to third. And the throw is not in time as Frischnick comes through with an RBI triple to center field. And Manti strikes first. 1-0 Templars.
Dude, that ball was roped out there. Center field, deadaway center field is 400 feet. That basically landed on the warning track, bounced into the fence. So, I mean, that thing's in the air for 390 feet out there and just absolutely roped that ball.
Pitching coach comes out for the Cougars. As Hancock just hasn't seemed to find his locations yet. So he's gone 3 balls to both batters and then left one out where they hit it hard.
Yes, really hard hit ball.
Yeah, because as you said, that one was roped, and then Stevens was hit hard before that. He heads back to the dugout as Kason Bailey comes in now for Manti. He hits from the left side. First pitch from Hancock, curveball. Drops off low and in, ball one.
For those who listening at home or who are on Team Hive, just to give you the field dimension, we've been doing this every game. Left field is 335. Center field is 400. Down the right field line is 339, and the power alleys are 380.
Called strike one to Bailey on the outside edge for a 1-1 count.
Looks like their Union's sending number 25 down to warm up.
That's be Camden Franson.
Okay.
Ground ball to the left side, fielded at third. Throw to first is not in time as Bailey beats it out. Kind of a little bit of a bobble double clutch there at third base allows Bailey to reach. Frischnick scores on the play, 2-0 Manti, and they will call an E5 on that one as the official score. So an E5 allows Bailey to reach, and Frischnick scores on the play, and they will bring on Jaden Barton to run for the pitcher, Kason Bailey.
Yeah, that bobble, just a little too much of a bobble right there. Bailey get down the line pretty quick, and he's safe there at first base.
So an RBI ROE, reach on air for Bailey. Braxton Henningsen now stands in on the right side. First pitch from Hancock. Curveball swung on, ground ball to the left side. Bobbled at third again, but the throw to second is in time. Throw to first not in time, as he hits into the 5-4 fielder's choice does Henningsen for the first out of the inning.
Good job right there. You know, he bobbled that a little bit, but gathered himself up. Gets the thrower to second base to get the lead runner.
2 across for the Templars, 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. They lead Union 2-0. First pitch on the outside edge, strike 1. To Cody Agard, who stands on the left side.
That's crazy. The 4 of the first 5 batters are left-handed hitters.
Yeah. Henningsen about a 2-step lead. Ground ball to the right side, fielded at second. Flipped to short is in time. A bobble on the transfer, but they do have Henningsen out on the fielder's choice. So a 4-6 fielder's choice hit into by Cody Agard for the second out of the inning. Agard stands at first.
And another left-handed batter coming in the batter's box with Chase Kiesel.
So Kiesel stands on the left side as well. First pitch from Hancock. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle, fielded at second base. Nope, he dropped it, and everybody is safe on the air. So an E4 allows everybody to reach. 2 errors in the inning now for Union.
That ball by Jackson Christensen, that thing was knocked down. It was just dead on the ground. He thought it was in his glove. He went to flip it, and it wasn't his glove to grab it out. It was still on the ground there.
Now the 2 errors and 2 other balls that weren't fielded cleanly, but they still got outs on. As Britton Kiesel fouls one out to 90th South as he steps in on the right side. There's strike 1. Two on and 2 outs. You know, this is coming off a day where Union was just flawless in the field yesterday.
Yeah, they were. They played a great game yesterday all around.
Curveball here over the back of Kiesel as he ducks out of the way for ball 1.
I don't know if that's a little bit of a mix-up in their signs, and or if he meant to throw some other pitch. But Hayden Rich, he wanted to go out there and talk to his pitcher and just settle him down a little bit.
He worked his way back behind the dish. 1-1 count to Kiesel. He's back in on the right side. 2 on and 2 outs. Hancock checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt outside, and that's going to get back to the backstop, allowing both runners to move up on the play. So it is now Agard at third and Kiesel at second for the Templars with Britton Kiesel at the plate.
Hancock's just having a hard time finding the zone right now. He's kind of missing in all over right now. Just needs to settle in here and help his team.
The 2-1. And the curveball in the dirt gets away from the catcher. Coming home is Agard. He'll dive in safely. The throw goes off the helmet of Agard. That's going to allow Kiesel to come in to score. 4-0 Manti as Rich came back to throw it, and as Agard was standing up, it hits his helmet and caroms down the first baseline.
You know, when your coach tells you to use your head, that's not usually what you're thinking, but man, that ball ended up nearly to first base off his helmet.
So a third error in the inning. 4-0 Manti. Base is now empty, and it's a 3-1 hitters count to Britton Kiesel. Hancock from the stretch. Arnold miss high and away for ball 4. So Kiesel will draw the base on balls. He heads to first, and that brings Tage Hill to the plate now for Manti, the 8th batter of the inning.
Big inning right here for Manti. Already up, got 4 runs, and your 8th batter at the plate.
Tage Hill goes to the closed stance. Big lead at first for Kiesel. First pitch in the dirt outside, And to the backstop it goes as Kiesel moves up another bag on the wild pitch.
Is that the third wild pitch this inning, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Coach Labrum came out of the dugout. This is leaning on the front railing now.
He's
already made one mound visit. They do have a pitcher in the bullpen that's getting ready to come out now, it looks like.
He's heading back this way, it looks like, coming out the gate.
Yep, that's Camden Franson who went down there to warm up. Here's the 1-0 to Hill. Another one in the dirt outside. That one was backhand stabbed by Rich behind the plate.
We've talked about this a little bit, but Hancock stands way to the us looking at the very left side of the mound or their pitching rubber, very right side on the field. But it's almost like he's trying to overcompensate 'cause everything's going outside right now. I mean, he's throwing way outside on most of his misses.
2-0 count for Hill. It's a pitch from Hancock. Almost the same spot. Blowing away for ball 3 and a 3-0 count. Again, Hancock sets. Here's a 3-0 as Hill squares the bunt, pulls it back. Watch a strike one go by on the inside edge for a 3-1 hitter's count.
Just easier to throw a strike when you know nobody's going to swing, I guess.
3 balls and a strike. Hancock again sets. 2 outs in the inning. 4 runs across for Manti. The 3-1 pitch. On a miss, low and away for ball 4, and Tage Hill will draw the base on balls. Runners at first and second. Coach Labrum out of the dugout. A pitching change coming for the Cougars as Camden Franson will come with him. So we'll take the break for the pitching change. Manti leads at 4-0 here in the bottom of the first with 2 on and 2 outs on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
You need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
Live high school sports action on KSVC.
We're back here at Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College. 2 outs and 2 on for Manti here in the bottom of the first inning. They lead Union 4-0. And Camden Franson is the new pitcher for the Cougars. He replaces P.J. Hancock. Hancock will move to shortstop. And Chase Nielsen will slide over from shortstop to second base. And Franson comes into the game ultimately for Jackson Christensen, who is already hitting for in the lineup. His first pitch to Lane Cox misses high and tight for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. Next pitch, big swing and a miss. Strike 1 from Cox.
Good second pitch right there by Franson to get a strike. He comes in, he's inheriting 2 runners. Runner on second, runner on first.
He'll check Britton Kiesel at first. The 1-1 pitch. Sure, at second was Britton Kiesel as Cox fouls that one back on top of us here for strike 2. And they believe they did bring in Madsen to run for, yes, Tage Hill at first base. So it's Madsen at first base for Manti. Britton Kiesel at second. 1-2 count to Cox. Franson comes set. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses low for ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
So as far as Hancock was standing on the third base side of the rubber, Franson's standing that far on the first base side of the rubber. He's way to the first base side.
Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Ball, though, in the dirt. And it's going to get past Rich all the way to the backstop, and everybody is safe on the drop third strike. So the bases are loaded.
Union just having a hard time right now getting anything to go their way.
So the reach on the drop third strike allows the bases to be loaded. And the leadoff batter, Bo Stevens, coming to the plate for Manti, with 4 runs across in the inning. Stevens stands on the left side. First pitch from Franson. That one's in the dirt. Goes off the shoulder of Rich towards the Manti dugout. Kiesel comes in to score. The other 2 runners advance. 5-0 Manti on the wild pitch. Wild pitches and pass balls causing all sorts of problems right now for Union, and then a couple of errors and misplayed balls.
Yeah, they're just having a real struggle right now, are the Union Cougars.
A 1-0 count to Stevens. That one's on the outside half for a called strike. 1 and a 1-1 count. So as well as we saw him play yesterday, this first inning has been anything but that here today.
Yeah, it's been tough. I didn't look at the time when Manti came in to hit, but they've been in here a long time.
The 1-1. This is upstairs for ball 2 and a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Franson comes set from the stretch. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Stevens for strike 2.
Yeah, he wanted to get both runners across the plate with that swing.
The 2-2. Swung on, chopped foul to the right side as Stevens battles.
Way ahead of that pitch. Hard pull down the right, way almost into the dugout, actually. Thing hit just past the dugout into the wall.
So Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 on for Manti. Bo Stevens hitting from the left side of the plate. Camden Franson sets from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Off speed, misses just a bit high for ball 3 and a full count.
The wind picks up again, really blowing hard.
Yes, it is.
Right now.
There's the payoff pitch to Stevens. Swung on, fly ball to the left side will go foul and out of play as Stevens battles. He has now seen 7 pitches in this at-bat.
With the wind blowing the way it is, it really favors right-handed pull hitters.
Stevens back in on the left side. Shifted to center fielder Peyton Marks kind of towards left center field after that foul ball. Two outs and 2 on. Again, the payoff pitch from Franson to Stevens. That curveball stays up for ball 4, and Stevens will load the bases with the base on balls for Manti, and the 11th batter of the inning, Reggie Frischnick, comes to the plate.
Dangerous hitter right now. He hit a triple in his first at bat in this inning. Scored the first run with an RBI.
Runners take their lead, not really being held on. First pitch to Frischnick. Misses high and away, ball 1. 1-0. Swung on. Ground ball through the 3-4 hole past the diving Tyson Marks. 2 runs coming to score on the play. And going first to third is Bo Stevens. It's a 2-run single for Reggie Frischnick. Makes it 7-0 Manti.
Good job by Marks getting the glove on that ball, knocking it down. But not before, couldn't get it in before 2 runners come across the plate and score.
Madsen from third, Cox from second. As the Templars pouring it on here in the bottom of the first inning. They still have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Kaysen Bailey coming to the plate. First pitch, misses low for ball 1. Frischnick did not take off on the play.
Bet we see him run on this pitch.
Turn and throw to first. Not in time as Frischnick dives back safely.
Pretty good move right there by Franson. Bailey in his first at bat reached on an air. Got an RBI.
Watches ball 2 go by high there for a 2-0 hitter's count. Two-0 pitch, swung on and fouled off the leg of Bailey for strike 1 and a 2-1 count. Franson again comes set. Frischnick takes off. 2-1 pitch is swung on. That'll be fouled back out of play for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Frischnick at first. Stevens at third for the Templars, leading 7-0 here in the first inning. The 2-2. Frischnick takes off. Ground ball to the right side. Fielded by Nilsson at second. He dropped it. Going first to third on the play is Reggie Frischnick. A big fist punt from Coach Kiesel down the third base line. It's 8-0 Manti. Another error for Union. Puts runners on the corners for the Templars.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there. Had it in his glove, went to make the throw, and that thing just dropped right on the ground. And Frischnick, what a heads-up base runner right there. He never even slowed down on that. Just turned and took an extra base on that.
They're going to come in and visit with their pitcher as the infield for Union, as it's now 8-0. Manti with the lead. So that'll bring Braxton Henningsen to the plate. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Franson again from the stretch. First pitch to Henningsen. Swung on. High pop-up. Will stay in play. Rich coming back and won't get there as it lands just next to the net for strike 1.
Gave great effort right there, but that backstop is back there a ways. So Henningsen, he reached in his first at bat with he got out. He's 0 for 1, hit into a fielder's choice in his first at bat.
Yep, ground ball to third. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, line drive back up the middle. Taking off on the pitch was Jaden Barton going first to third. The throw is not in time as Henningsen comes through with an RBI single, make it 9-0 Manti here in the bottom of the first inning.
Good hard hit out there into left center field, and gets his first RBI of the game, and another run comes across the plate.
So it brings to the plate Cody Agard. First pitch way outside for ball 1. This is the 14th batter of the inning for Manti.
Agard in his first at bat. He hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice. He was the second out of the inning.
The 1-0 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2, so a 2-0 hitter's count for Agard.
See if they get Henningsen. Get him run to second base right here on a steal. There he goes. Nope.
Ground ball to the right side is going to get through the 3-4 hole past the diving Nielsen. An RBI single for Agard as Barton comes in to score. And it's now 10-0 Manti. And Salt Lake Community College's scoreboard can't show 10 in an inning, as it just has a 0 there on the first inning.
Yeah.
That brings Chase Kiesel to the plate. Manti leading 10-0 here in the first. Kiesel in on the left side. First pitch from Franson. Catches the outside edge, strike 1. Fifteenth batter of the inning for the Templars. The 0-1. Way out in front as he pulled the string for strike 2, swing and a miss.
You know, this is be interesting what Coach Labrum, what he says to his team when they come in, just try to keep them up. I mean, there's still a lot of game left. They're a good baseball team, some good hitters, so. But first things first, you got to get off the field before you can hit.
Yes.
They just warmed up another pitcher right there. He's just coming back into the dugout. I didn't catch a number.
Missed for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 curveball. Misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kiesel.
32, I believe, is who just came in.
Be Davin Brotherson. Runners take their lead. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 from Franson. Misses high and away for ball 3 and a full count. Franson sets, checks Henningsen at second. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, high fly ball to right. Franson going to his left, doesn't get there as he goes to a slide. It gets past him. 2 runs will come in to score. Kiesel strolls into second, standing up with a 2-run double for the Templars. Make it 12-0 Manti.
Man, hard hit ball right out there into right field. Franson gave a good effort. He went down sliding on that one, just was playing a little bit too far to center field to get underneath that one.
Runners took off on the pitch, making it easy for him to come in, and Franson will has his day on the mound to come to an end as a pitching change for the Cougars. As Coach Labrum goes and lets the umpire know who it is. Looks like, is it 32 or 33? 33 is in the game, so it'll be Gavin Wilkerson into the game now for Union. We'll take the break for the pitching change. 12-0 Manti in the bracket semifinal game of the 3A state tournament. In the bottom of the first inning, still runner on second for the Templars with 2 outs on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
You benefit from the big savings and teamwork when you deal with Jorgensen Chevrolet and Jorgensen Ford, also known as the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group will save you money and hassle because the Jorgensen Auto Group will make sure you get a good deal with every car, truck, and SUV at both Jorgensen Ford in Richfield and Jorgensen Chevrolet in Ephraim. If you're within the sound of my voice, rest assured that the Jorgensen Automotive Group makes car buying less stressful and cheaper than the big mega city dealers every day. Team up with the Jorgensen Automotive Group today.
This is Central Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
So the pitching change for the Cougars as Manti has put 12 on the board here in the first inning to take a decisive advantage here in the semifinals of bracket play of the 3A Baseball State Tournament. And Gavin Wilkerson, the new pitcher for the Cougars. The first batter he'll face is Britton Kiesel. He is the 16th batter of the inning for Manti, with a runner on second and 2 outs. Wilkerson comes set. First pitch, called strike one.
It's a good way to start it right there. Get a strike on your first pitch.
Again, Wilkerson checks Chase Kiesel at second. Here's the pitch to Britton Kiesel. Ground ball to the left side, fielded by Hancock at short. Throw to first is high, and it sails over Tyson Marks. And Chase Kiesel will come in to score. The throw to second not in time as Britton Kiesel slides in safely. And E6 keeps it going for the Templars as they get 2 bases on the air. And it's now 13-0 Manti.
Just tough inning right now. The Airs are killing the Cougars right now, and they got to get something to go their way and get up to the plate and see if they can't get some of these runs back.
So that brings Tage Hill to the plate now for the Templars. 17th batter of the inning. First pitch in the turf outside, taken off as it was blocked by Rich was Britton Kiesel, and he easily takes third base, on the ball in the dirt.
Rich, he's going to be worn out after this inning.
Yeah.
He's worked pretty hard back there.
One 1-0 pitch to Hill. Misses outside for ball 2, and a 2-0 hitters count for Hill. Pitch swung on. Hill will pitch a charge into one. Peyton Marks going back. He was playing shallow. That one's over his head. It's going to go to the wall. That'll score Kiesel from third. Hill round second, and he will come into third with a headfirst slide and an RBI triple for Tage Hill. 14-0 Manti. They will hit through the order twice.
Great hit right there by Hill. I mean, he just put a shot into that one. Peyton Marks out there in center field playing shallow, but that one hopped the fence as well out there and just in between out there in right center.
So that brings Lane Cox to the plate. First pitch in the turf outside. Hill will come in to score easily. Assuming that was Colton Madsen, the speed of runner for Hill. And so on another wild pitch, Madsen scores. And the rain continues to pour on the Cougars. It's now 15-0 Templars. A 1-0 count to Lane Cox with nobody on base and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, we talked about errors, but that's, I want to say, at least the 5th wild pitch, and I think almost all of those have scored a run.
Next pitch, that one will be on the outside edge for a called strike and a 1-1 count.
Looks like they sent
Coach Kiesel might be saying, let's save Bailey for another time as he sent someone down to the bullpen.
Sorry, I didn't see the number. I saw the catcher running down there.
1-1 pitch will miss low and away for ball 2 and a 2-1 count.
Oh, now they're coming back. Or they need a baseball. They forgot a ball.
2 balls and a strike for Cox. Wilkerson out of the windup. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Fielded by Nilsson at second. The throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out and the 3rd out of the inning. But what an inning for the Manti Templars. They bring 18 to the plate. 15 of them score as they lead at 15-0 with 15 runs in the inning. And I'll have to go count the hits and the errors. There were several of them for both categories. But 15-0 your score through 1. Manti leads Union on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with San Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation.
Or Manti leads Union as we go to the top of the second inning. Yes, you heard that right. Top of the second inning after a 15-run inning for the Templars. Union now trying to respond as they will bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate this inning. Xander Nilsson, Gavin Roberts, and Camden Franson. Kason Bailey on the mound for Manti. If the Cougars get to their fourth batter, that will be Chase Nilsson. First pitch to Xander Nilsson on the outside edge for a called strike one. The 0-1 pitch, thought about it, held off. They will appeal to the first base umpire, says he did not go around. Ball one. And a 1-1 count. So I went through and got my inning figured out here. I'll give that to you here in a second after counting through all 18 batters. 1-1 pitch, called strike two to Nilsson. So 15 runs, 2 of them earned. So just 2 earned runs in the bottom of the first. On 7 hits, 5 errors by Union. No runners left on base for Manti.
Yeah, that was a long inning right there for Union out in the field.
Curveball here, chopped back to the mound. Bailey off the mound to catch it. Throw to first is in time for the 1-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
I don't know what you say as a coach after an inning like that, but one thing you might want to say is, hey, let's let them, let's keep them out in the field a while. Let's get a rest right here. Catcher's tired. You guys are a little bit tired. Let's hit some, get some runs back.
Brings it Gavin Roberts to the plate. First pitch swinging, high fly ball to the right side, into foul territory. The wind pushing it back. Henningsen able to make a nice play for out number 2, a P3 for Roberts for the second out of the inning. Sometimes it's hard to see what the wind is doing, but you could literally see the wind pushing that one right back into play.
Yeah, it was. Henningsen did a great job making that play because that wind, it's like we have a great look at the flag. We can see how hard the wind's blowing, and the wind's blowing pretty hard right now.
So it brings Camden Franson to the plate now. Gavin Wilkerson to the plate. He replaced Franson. So Wilkerson watches strike one go by for the 0-1 count. The 0-1 delivery from Bailey, swung on and fouled at the screen for strike two and an 0-2 count. Bailey working from the mound. The 0-2. Curveball stays up and away for ball one.
That's good. I mean, you got to see some pitches. You want to make Bailey throw a few.
Wilkerson choked up on the bat. There's the 1-2 from Bailey. Swung on and a foul tip back to the screen to stay alive. Bailey continues to work out of the windup. The 1-2 curveball. That one got away from him way outside.
So
Tejiel tried to dive for it.
Yeah, he did.
No chance.
For Union, who started out in the 8th spot was Camden Franson, he comes in to pitch. Now he's out of the game, and they didn't even get to that spot before. Now he got Wilkerson hitting in that spot and staying in to pitch.
Ball 3 to Wilkerson as he misses upstairs. So a full count with 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the second. 15-0 Manti. Bailey sets. There's the payoff pitch. That one will miss way outside for ball 4. So Wilkerson will draw the 2-out base on balls. And that will bring Chase Nilsson to the plate. They will bring on the speed-up runner. And that one will be Davin Brotherson.
Oh, okay. Yep, there you go.
They get the speed-up runner marked down. Next pitch misses in. Ball 1 to Chase Nilsson.
He'd been going out, and there he came hard in right there.
One-0 pitch. That one's on the inside edge for a called strike 1. And a 1-1 count. The 1-1 way outside from Bailey as he's losing his control a little bit here. And Brotherson easily takes second base on the wild pitch.
I don't know if that slipped out of his hand or what, but that ball came out really weird. Right there, but that was a long way away from being catchable by Hill. Wants a new baseball.
Why not?
Why not, yeah.
So a 2-1 count. The 2-1 from Bailey. Swung on, line drive into left. Agard off his glove, he drops it. That will allow Brotherson to come in to score, and it goes out of play. And so holding at second will be Chase Nilsson as he reaches on the E7. It's now 15-1. Union's on the board.
Yeah, hard hit ball right there. Just came out of Agard's glove and kicked right into the bullpen, right off his glove as he was going to the left field foul line to catch that ball.
So that brings the leadoff batter, Peyton Marks, to the plate now for Union. He stands it on the left side. Nilsson takes a lead at second. First pitch in the dirt. Gets away from Hill, and that will allow Nilsson to move up a bag on the wild pitch.
Just a little bit of bad karma today, maybe, this afternoon in this field. Who knows?
One 1-0 pitch. That one will miss outside for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Marks.
And I think if you're Union, you just have to start chiseling away 1 run at a time. I mean, you have to maybe do it in bigger chunks than that because there's only 7 innings, but a couple, 3 runs, 4 runs here and there, and you're back in the game.
Yeah. Called strike 1 on the outside edge there. Makes it a 2-1 count. Now, I guess this is a Union team that averages 9.5 runs a game. They can score. 2-1 pitch, caught the inside edge. Strike 2 to Marks and a 2-2 count. 2 outs, 1 across, and a runner on third here for the Cougars. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Bailey. That one, curveball drops off low for ball 3 and a full count. Good block by Hill to hold the runner.
So Manti, after having 2 outs in the first inning, they had 13 batters. after with 2 outs.
Line drive back up the middle by Marks is going to get over the infield. And coming in to score is Chase Nilsson. It's an RBI single for Peyton Marks. Makes it now 15-2.
I guess my point was both teams are doing damage with 2 outs.
Yeah.
That's where Union start to do some damage right here. Is come back with a little bit of a 2-out rally for them.
So that'll bring Cade France into the plate now for Union. Throw over to first by Bailey. That was almost a throw right into the tag of his foot as his foot kicked up on the dive.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Right where Henningsen caught the ball. First pitch to Franzen. This is high and away, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch on the inside half for a called strike 1 and a 1-1 count.
Good pitch right there, coming back and challenging him on the inside part of the plate.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch from Bailey. Tried to hold up on a swing, couldn't do it. Strike 2.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good pitch actually to take a swing at it. It seemed like it was right about middle of the plate and good elevation, but just for whatever reason wanted to hold up and he couldn't check his swing.
So 1-2 count. The pitch from Bailey. Swung on, high fly ball to shallow left. Agard coming in and not going to get there as that one drops for a single.
Yeah, Agard playing a little bit deeper right there, and that's just kind of one of those Texas leaguers that gets in between shortstop and left fielder and runners at first and second.
So Union keeping things going. At the plate now, P.J. Hancock. He stands on the right side. First pitch from Bailey. This is high and away for ball 1.
Hancock's 0 for 1 in the game. He went down looking at a third strike in his first at bat.
The 1-0 pitch, swung on. They'll be fouled back out of play for strike 1 and a 1-1 count. 15-2 your score here in the top of the second inning after Manti put up 15 runs in the first inning. Union been able to counter with 2 so far here in the second. Give you some other scores here in a little bit as well. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, high pop up into foul territory. The wind pushing it back in play for Henningsen, and he makes the catch again. Braxton Henningsen with another great play against the wind. A P3 for Hancock for the third out of the inning, but Union gets 2 back as they score 2 runs in the inning. They do so on 2 hits, 1 error committed by Manti, and 2 runners left on base through 1.5 innings of play. It is Manti 15, Union 2 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet or flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out and Shepherd's does the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks. Shop 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com. BarneyTrucking.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emmerich, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSVC.
Welcome back here to Kate Field at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Manti leading Union 15-2 in this semifinal bracket play game. And Bo Stevens leads it off for the Templars at the top of the order coming up. Stevens followed by Reggie Frischnick and Kason Bailey. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Braxton Henningsen. Gavin Wilkerson on the mound for Union. Quick 1-1 count to Stevens. 1-1 pitch is swung on. Slow ground ball to the left side. Fielded by Hancock, but no play at first as Stevens easily beats it out for an infield single. His second hit of the game.
Yeah, they just had no chance on that. I mean, just a slow ground ball right there. Good play, actually. He made a good throw over there on that, but just didn't have a chance to get Bo Stevens on that slow ground ball.
Give you some other scores. In 2A, South Sevier leads Monticello 19-2. Milford leads North Sevier 15-8. Enterprise over Gunnison Valley 14-2. Reggie Frischnick, first pitch swinging. Chopper to the right side, fielded at first by Tyson Marks. Checked the runner at second, but then got the out at first as Stevens moves up a bag on the ground out for Reggie Frischnick for the first out of the inning.
That play was pretty close. First baseman, he was checking him for quite a while, wondering what he's going to do, and then he barely beat Frischnick to the bag.
San Juan leads Parowan 15-5. That's another two-way score for you. And the other 3A game going on right now in the one-loss quarterfinal. Morgan leads Grantsville 3-1. Bailey with a ground ball up the middle. That's going to be bobbled by Nelson at second base, and everybody is safe. So Bailey, for the third time today, reaches on an error. He's reached base all three times, all three of them errors. Jaden Barton out of the dugout will come on as a speed-up runner for the Manti pitcher. Oh, nope, they're going to let Bailey stay on, it looks like.
Okay, it says he's staying in the on deck.
He came out of the dugout, and Coach Kiesel kind of gave him the choice, and so that makes you wonder if they are going to make that change too. That pitcher in the top of the next inning.
Oh, sure, yeah.
First and third, Bailey takes off. Easily still second base on defensive indifference. It was ball one to Henningsen.
Tell you, I like watching Henningsen hit. I always say he looks like he's holding a toothpick in his hand, and man, he can crush the ball. Made a really great play to make that third out. That ball was up in the air high. Wind blew it. It looked like it was going out of play to us and blew it back into the...
Curveball, swing and a miss, strike one. Good breaking curveball.
Yeah, it was. That fooled Henningsen right there, too.
Yeah, he was way over the top of that one. Henningsen back in on the right side. Infield pulled in on the grass to try to cut the run off at home with one out. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, fly ball into center field. Marks is there. He'll make the catch. Stevens tags at third and will come in to score to make it now 16-2 on the RBI flyout for Braxton Henningsen. And F8 for the second out of the inning.
That was a great throw by Marks right there. He threw a bullet right there to a shortstop, and I think had Bailey win, he probably got him.
So that brings Cody Agard to the plate now for the Templars. He stands in on the left side. First pitch misses outside for ball one. Agard is 1 for 2. Hit to a fielder's choice and a single, both in the first inning, an RBI single. Came around to score twice. 1-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball to the right side, fielded at first by Marks. He'll step on the bag for out number 3, so a ground out to first for Agard for the third out of the inning. But Manti adds to the lead as they get one run on one hit in the inning, one error committed by the Cougars, and one runner left on base through 2 innings of play. It is a Manti 16, Union 2 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College as we go to the top of the third inning. Manti leading Union 16-2 in this bracket play semifinal game. And the Cougars will now bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning. Tyson Marks, Hayden Rich, and Xander Nilsson. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Gavin Roberts. New pitcher for Manti is Cody Agard. He replaces Kason Bailey on the mound. Bailey goes out to right field, and Bo Stevens goes from right field to left field to replace Agard. First pitch to Marks, misses outside for ball one. Marks 0 for 1 of the game. He struck out looking in the first inning. 1-0 pitch here, misses low. So a 2-0 hitters count now for Tyson Marks.
And like you alluded to off air, maybe Coach Kiesel's making this change so he can use Bailey if needed. Did you say tomorrow?
It'd be Thursday. They could use him again. Swing and a miss there for Marks for strike one. Yeah, we have him at 55 pitches, so it'd be 1 day rest, so he couldn't pitch tomorrow, but then could pitch on Thursday if they go to the if necessary game. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul tip for strike two to Marks. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Agard coming in. He's working pretty quick off the mound there. Trying to get into a rhythm.
Marks back in on the left side. The 2-2. That one drops off low and in for a full count. Defense playing pretty well straight up. Payoff pitch, misses low for ball 4, so a leadoff walk is issued by Agard as Tyson Marks stands at first base for the Cougars.
And they need every base runner they can get right now. Try to work back into this game.
That'll bring Hayden Rich to the plate now for Union. Cody Agard says, let's see a new baseball. Agard works from the stretch as Rich stands in on the right side. First pitch, right down the middle, strike one. Rich 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch here. Misses low for ball 1. So a 1-1 count.
Union, they haven't tested Tage Hill this game. They haven't tried to steal a base, at least that I can remember.
Next pitch is swung on, ground ball back up the middle, is going to get past the diving Kiesel, And it's a single for Hayden Rich. So 2 on now for the Cougars with no outs here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Hard hit line drive right out there into right center or left center field, and good piece of hitting right there by Rich.
So that will bring Xander Nilsson to the plate with 2 outs, or 2 on and no outs, excuse me. They did bring the speed up runner on for the catcher. That was Brennan Meekum running at first base now for the Cougars. Agard from the stretch. First pitch to Nilsson. In the turf, good block by Hill to hold the runners. Ball 1.
Really good job right there by Hill. Keep those runners at first and second base. We are getting a little bit of sunshine, so these players need that. It's cold out there.
Still a stiff wind out of the north. Next pitch is in the turf. That one will get past Hill. Back to the backstop it goes. Both runners move up on the wild pitch into scoring position. And it's a 2-0 hitters count to Xander Nilsson.
Coach is calling a timeout right there. Going to go talk to his players.
Yep, Coach Kiesel comes out.
Just out there settling him down, patting him on the back. Maybe talking a little bit of defensive strategy right here.
The outfielders, they always fill it a left out, so they get together in the middle of in the center field as well.
Yeah, I think they're saying, hey, what do you guys think we should eat after the game?
That's right. Those are the conversations they get to have.
Right. A lot more choices up here than there are in Manti. So they're good. But great food in Manti, but just a few more choices here. So they're.
Again, it's Xander Nilsson at the plate for the Cougars. 2 in scoring position. They trail Manti 16-2 here in the top of the 3rd inning. But they're threatening with runners at 2nd and 3rd, no outs, and a 2-0 hitters count. Agard will now work from the windup. 2-0 pitch in the dirt, goes all the way to the backstop. That will allow Marks to come in to score, and Meekum moves up to 3rd on the wild pitch. It's a 3-0 count to Nilsson.
Tell you what, that hit probably about 3 or almost 4 feet in front of the plate.
Yeah. So 16-3 your score. Nilsson back in on the right side. Agard again. That one will be in the dirt as well. Good block by Hill, but Xander Nilsson draws the base on balls. Runners in the corners for Union. Got a 2A final for you as San Juan beats Parowan 17-5. So San Juan will move into the state tournament on Thursday for 2A. And a pitching change coming from Manti as Coach Kiesel has seen enough. We'll take the break for the pitching change and come back here to Salt Lake Community College with the Cougars at the plate, trailing Manti 16-3, but 2 on and no outs here in the top of the 3rd inning on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
When you need title work, title insurance, and escrow service, remember the experts at Central Utah Title in Manti. Whether you need residential, commercial closing, mortgage refinance, FHA, VA, or conventional loans, mortgage assumption, and cash transactions, consider Central Utah Title. Serving South Central Utah since 1983. 140 North Main Street in Manti for security and peace of mind in all your transactions.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
So Kellen Lund now on the mound for the Manti Templars as he replaces Cody Agard, who saw 3 batters, did not record an out in his time on the mound. And Union has runners at 1st and 3rd here in the top of the 3rd inning. They've scored 1 run. Manti with a commanding 16-3 lead, though.
Yeah, but as we saw in that first inning, once things kind of go sideways, they can go sideways quickly. And so Coach Kiesel's trying to get ahead of that right now and making a pitching change.
Tage will step out in front of the plate to give the defensive play call with runners on the corners. It's Xander Nielsen at first, Meekum at third for the Cougars, and at the plate, Gavin Roberts. Kellen Lund, first pitch. This is upstairs for ball one. Roberts is 0 for 1, popped out to the first baseman. That was the first play that Braxton Henningsen made a great play on, where the wind was pushing that back in. There's the 1-0. Swung on, foul ball out to 90th south for strike one.
Yeah, I was just looking down here. There's a little kid. He's got his baseball glove on, wondering if he's going to be able to go get that foul ball, and he kind of winced, like, man, that might have hit something.
There's the 1-1. Stays up for ball two. That glove that he has is bigger than him.
It is, yeah.
Another final for you. Enterprise beats Gunnison Valley 16-2. So Enterprise will move on. They'll play at 1:30 on Thursday at Utah Valley University. 2-1 count here. Next pitch is swung on. Ground ball back up the middle. Bobbled by Cox. And the flip to second is not in time. So Roberts will reach on the E4. Scoring on the play is Mika. Make it now 16-4.
Well, that's been a tough spot today there at second base.
That'll bring Gavin Wilkerson to the plate for the Cougars. So he stands it on the right side. First pitch, strike one on the outside half. He walked in his first plate appearance. His position came around to score. He was speed ran for with a speed up runner as the pitcher. The 0-1, curveball in the turf. Good block by Hill to hold the runners. Ball one.
Yeah, really good job right there by Hill holding those runners.
So a 1-1 count. Lund checks runners. Now he's going to step off the mound. So they reset. Wilkerson in on the right side. Here's the 1-1 from Lund. Called strike right at the top of the zone for strike two. A 1-2 count. One ball, two strikes. Runners take their lead. The 1-2, curveball. Big looping curveball, misses for ball two.
Yeah, that really was kind of one of those 12-6 curveballs, and just not in the zone though, just outside of the zone.
So a 2-2 count. Lund comes set. 2-2 pitch. That one misses way high for ball three, and a full count now to Wilkerson. 2 runs across in the inning for Union. 2 on and no outs. Manti, though, leads at 16-4 after 15 runs in the first inning for the Templars. Lund sets. Here's the payoff pitch. Low and away for ball 4, so Wilkerson will draw the base on balls to load the bases.
Yeah, second at bat in a row. He's reached on a walk.
That'll bring Chase Nilsson to the plate now for the Cougars.
Yeah, Chase Nilsson, his last at bat, he reached on a E7, and runner came in to score on that. And so he's 0 for 1 in the game, but did reach base.
Lund out of the windup now. First pitch on the outside edge, strike one.
Bases loaded, no outs right now. Ground ball, double play could be your best friend right here. They're going to concede a run. They've got the corners in, but the middle infield playing double play depth.
Ball one misses inside for a 1-1 count. Lund out of the windup, 1-1 delivery. Thought about it, held off, watch a strike 2 go by, and a 1-2 count now to Nielsen.
In the outfield right now, you got Bailey playing pretty shallow in right field. Frischneck, he's playing about middle field there, and also out left where you've got Bo Stevens. He's playing about normal depth, but at Bailey, he's playing pretty shallow in right field.
1-2 count. We called time, and now Nielsen stands back in. This is Chase Nielsen at the plate. Kellen Lund out of the windup for Manti. The 1-2 pitch. On the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Nelson will go down looking for the first out of the inning, first strikeout of the game for Kellen Lund.
Good pitch right there for Lund on the outside part of the plate. Just caught Chase Nielsen looking, and now a double play can end the inning for you.
Peyton Marks comes to the plate for the Cougars, leads the team in average on the year. He stands in on the left side. First pitch, curveball, sweeps across, drops low and in for ball 1. Marks is 1 for 1 in the game. He got hit by a pitch in the first inning, had an RBI single back up the middle in the second inning. Here's the 1-0. That one's high and tight for ball 2, and a hitter's count for Marks.
Yeah, his last at bat, that hard line drive into center field, left center field, and he's looking pretty confident right now in the box.
Next pitch, big swing and a miss for Marks, strike 1.
Good swing though. Hitter's count, make a hard swing right there. Try to make something happen.
2 balls and a strike. Lund out of the windup. Swung on and fouled to the left side, out of play for strike 2. 2-2 count to Peyton Marks. Well, somebody's got a baseball game here today, it looks like. We're starting to see some younger baseball players show up.
It says LS on there.
2-2 curveball. Hits it.
Hit it.
So a hit by pitch brings in a run for the Cougars. An RBI HBP for Peyton Marks. Xander Nilsson will score from third. Gavin Roberts moves to third, and Brotherson stands at second with Peyton Marks at first on the RBI hit by pitch. Brings Cade Franson to the plate now. 3 across in the inning for Union, and the base is loaded with 1 out. Pitch from Lund. Right down the middle, strike 1.
You know, I like that pitch. Come back, challenge them down the middle. Use your fielders right here. Show some confidence in them. And like I said, if you turn a double play right here, you can get out of this inning real quick.
Lund takes a sign, taking a long time, so he'll step off the mound. Cade Franson's 1 for 1 in the game as well for the Cougars. Turn and throw to second. A late dive back by Brotherson, but he does dive back safely. Took him a while to react on that move from Lund.
Yeah, those always make me nervous. Like Kiesel had to come a long way to try to cover that.
Right down the middle again, strike 2 to Franson for an 0-2 count. Franson in the game, he walked in the first inning, then had a single in the second inning. A line drive to left. There's the 0-2 from Lund. Swung on. Ooh. P.J. Hancock ducks out of the way of that one that goes into the screen right above him.
Yeah, it's a good thing he was watching.
Yeah, we saw it 2 years ago where an Ogden player got hit by his teammate standing in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, and he didn't play the rest of that game.
0-2. Swung on and fouled back out of play as Franson battles. This is the 8th batter of the inning for the Cougars. The base is juiced.
Just looking at a scoring update right here. Morgan is up 6-1 over Grantsville right now.
Wow. 0-2 pitch from Franson misses upstairs for ball 1. So number 1 Grantsville in some serious trouble.
Yeah, and they've got, Morgan has bases loaded. They've got 2 outs as we're in the top of the 5th inning down there in Provo.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Lund. Curveball. Swung on, high fly ball into shallow left. Going back is Chase Kiesel, and he will make the play. Kind of battled the wind, but made the catch for the second out of the inning. A P6 for Franson for out number 2.
Good play by Kiesel. That wind's blowing out to the north, so that just kept carrying him further and further into left field, but makes a good play on that ball.
Brings P.J. Hancock to the plate now for Union. He stands in on the right side. One down to the windup. Curveball. Good block by Hill. Hill's doing everything he can to not let any of those bouncing curveballs get past.
He is. These catchers, they're getting their workout in today, both of them. Both he and Rich.
So a 1-0 count. The pitch to Hancock. Fastball misses up for ball 2. Ninth batter of the inning here for the Cougars as they've hit through the order. They've got 3 runs across and 3 on base. Trailing Manti 16-5. Lund takes the sign. The 2-0 pitch. Top of the zone for a called strike 1.
Big hit right here. I mean, score a couple runs. I mean, you're cutting the score in half.
2-1 pitch, line drive, 1 hop to Cox. He'll field it. Throw to second is in time for the 4-6 fielder's choice to get out of the inning, but Union gets 3 runs in the inning. They do so on just the 1 hit in the inning, and 1 error committed by Manti in the process, and 3 runners left on base through 2.5 innings of play. It's Manti 16, Union 5 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Your home for high school sports.
KSVC.
Welcome back to Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Corey Sorensen as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we'll see our 7th pitcher of the game. The 4th for the Union Cougars as they bring Brennan Meekum on to replace Gavin Wilkerson on the mound. And he will face for the Manti Templars the 6, 7, and 8 batters, Chase Kiesel, Britton Kiesel, and Tage Hill. If they get to the 4th batter, that will be Lane Cox. First pitch swinging Chase Kiesel. High fly ball to right. Franson is there, and he will make the play for out number 1. So an F9 for Chase Kiesel. Fly it to right field for the first out of the inning.
That's Coach Labrum. He's probably saying, hey, that's more like it. 1 pitch, 1 out. This is what we need.
That's right. So that'll bring Britton Kiesel to the plate now for Manti. He stands in on the right side. First pitch curveball. Drops off for ball 1.
Still a lot of game left here.
Yes, there is. 1-0 pitch, about 4 feet in front of the plate, ball 2.
Yeah, that one just got away from him, it looks like, and bounced that one back to the backstop.
So a 2-0 count for Britton Kiesel. The pitch. Swung on, fly ball into left center field. That one's going to hit the gap as it goes 2 hops the wall. It'll be picked up and left by Xander Nielsen. Kiesel rounds second and will hold there with a 1-out double for the Templars.
I think he wanted that triple, but he thought, it better not.
Yeah.
Well hit ball right there out into the power alley. Didn't go too far away from that 380-foot that fence marker out there.
So it brings Tage Hill to the plate now for the Templars. He stands in on the right side. First pitch to Hill. Must have been a bit low for ball 1.
So Hill, he comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 in the game. He's been on base both times. His last at bat, he hit a hard triple out to right or left center field.
Rich came up out of his crouch to go visit with Meekum on the mound after that pitch. Meekum sets. Here's the 1-0. Miss outside for ball 2 and a hitter's count for Hill. That's the count he had when he hit the triple to left center field.
Yeah.
They are playing in pole, are the Union outfielders. 2-0 pitch. Bit low for ball 3. 3-0 count.
Umpire's asking Hill to get back into the box. Let's get playing here.
1 out and 1 on for Manti. 3-0 pitch. There's all automatic right down the middle for strike 1. So 3-1 hitters count.
Umpires don't really like the hitters leaving the box anymore. They want to keep the speed of the game going, and I actually like that.
3-1 pitch, swung on, high pop up. Will it stay in play? This one's way high, and they lost it. As Gavin Roberts came in, he couldn't see it until it was too late, and it lands 15 feet to the side of him.
Yeah.
For a high strike, too. That one got up there.
It was, and man, it's kind of the way the wind's blowing, and it stayed in, but I don't know. He's looking up right now. He's like, man, where'd that go?
So counts full now to Hill. 1 out and 1 on. Meekum sets from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball, swung on, line drive through the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Nielsen picks it up. Kiesel will get the stop sign at third, and it'll be a 1-out single for Hill. Runners on the corners for the Templars.
Good piece of hitting right there with he had 2 strikes right there, and he just drives the ball out into left field. Nice line drive hit to move a runner to third base.
So that'll bring Colt Madsen out to speed up runner for Hill. He stands at first. Runners on the corners for Manti with Lane Cox coming to the plate. Infield pulled in on the grass. First pitch swinging, fly ball down the right field line. The right fielder was way over into right center field. That one lands. Kiesel will score. Madsen will get the stop sign at third. It's an RBI double for Lane Cox. 17-5 Manti.
Tell you what, if Coach would have sent the runner home, I think Cox would have been on third base. He was cruising around those bases, and he didn't want to stop.
Inside out of that one to the right side with the right fielder playing way over into right center field. Now that brings Bo Stevens to the plate. First pitch in the turf. Good block by Rich for ball 1. And now they're playing for a pole hitter. Stevens is one that can, in fact, both of his 2 hits in the game have been to the left center field side.
Yeah.
But they've pulled everybody over to right field, have the Cougars. Ground ball to the right side, fielded at second by Nielsen. He'll come home. The tag is not applied, says the home plate umpire, as Madsen slides in safely. And reaching on the fielder's choice is Stevens, and they do not get the out. Coach Labrum out of the dugout. Doesn't like that call. Wants to visit with him about it.
Yeah, it was a close It's hard to tell. I don't know if we got a replay on that. It looked like the throw was there in time. He just must have missed the tag.
Nilsson kind of double pumped there at
He
second
did.
base, which took a little bit longer than it needed to. Yeah, he can't. Just
Yeah.
must have missed the tag.
Yeah. He still had plenty of time. He made a good throw in there, just missed the tag. Good slide right there because he slid away from the play.
So Bo Stevens with the RBI fielder's choice. Still just one out in the inning. First pitch swinging is Frischneck. He'll foul it back out of play for strike one. Runners in the corners again here for the Templars. They're not going to even attempt to hold Bo Stevens, but now they do step off the mound. They're going to throw to second, taking off for home. The throw is not in time as Cox will come in to score. Stevens gotten a run down, and they bring in the run. Do the Templars.
Good base running right there, and just didn't have a chance right there. Lane Cox, he's fast. He gets down the line pretty quick.
Yeah, with the infield pulled in on the grass, that made it so Bo Stevens could just kind
Yeah.
of do what he wanted right there. 19-5 now your score. Frischneck swinging a miss, strike two for the 0-2 count. Just one out here in the inning. Stevens takes the lead at second. Meekum checks him. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, high pop-up will stay in the infield. Hancock drifting, trying to find it, and will make the play for out number 2. So a P6 for Frischneck for the second out of the inning.
With that gray sky, when that comes off the bat, it's from my angle, it's kind of hard to see that one. But it has to get up there a little ways before
Yeah.
I can pick it up very well.
That will bring Kason Bailey to the plate.
Bailey's reached every time on air.
First pitch swinging, fouls it to the left side. Out of play for strike one. Meekum checks the runners. They're going to call a balk, didn't come set.
Yeah.
So a balk called that will allow Stevens to go to third. Puts him 90 feet away. Would have been strike two to Bailey, but wave off the pitch.
Yeah, no pitch and the runner advances.
There's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled back out of play for strike two and an 0-2 count. Two pitch misses way inside to Bailey, 4-1.
Yeah, he'd been going out, 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 and then went hard in right there.
Meekum sets. Here's the 1-2. Curveball swung on, hard hit, foul down the right field line. Bo Stevens at third. 3 runs across this inning for Manti. They lead at 19-5 over Union here in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the 1-2. This is high and tight. For ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
Yeah, just having a hard time locating on the inner half of the plate right now. But he still has 2 strikes.
Bailey back in, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, slow ground ball to the right side. It's going to go over the bag, and Mark's able to field it and step on the bag for out number 3. A ground out to first for Bailey for the third out of the inning, but Manti gets 3 runs in the inning. They do so on 3 hits in the inning, and no errors committed by Union in the process, and 1 runner left on base through 3 complete. It is Manti 19, Union 5 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
You feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or struggling to cope with life's challenges? You're not alone. Finding the right support is the first step towards healing and wellness. Ryan Eddins, a licensed clinical social worker at Gunnison Valley Hospital's Family Practice and Wellness, is a trusted mental health professional who uses a variety of psychotherapy treatments, including EMDR, to help his patients take charge of their mental health and start living a more fulfilling life. Call Ryan Eddins at 435-528-2222 to schedule your appointment today.
Complete coverage of local high
Union 19-5 here in the 3A baseball state tournament, and the Cougars will bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning. Tyson Marks, and he will be followed by Hayden Rich, then Xander Nilsson. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Gavin Roberts. Kellen Lund still on the mound for Manti. First pitch was fouled back by Marks for strike 1.
Got a Union pitcher that just is running out the bullpen, coming back to the dugout.
So number 8, Cy Burchell. 1-1 count now after next pitch missed. There's the 1-1 from Lund. Misses high and away for ball 2. And a 2-1 count. Two balls, 1 strike here on the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 from Lund, misses high and away. So 3 balls, 1 strike.
Gets into a hitter's count right here for him.
The 3-1 pitch. This is low for ball 4, so Marks will draw the leadoff base on balls for the 2nd straight inning.
Yeah, just missed low right there and got a runner on.
Brings Hayden Rich to the plate now for the Cougars. Time will be called as Lund was taking a while to get the pitch call, and Rich said, well, it's long enough for me.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I like right now we've got 3 officials on the field, and I like that at these state tournament games.
Ground ball to the left side. It'll be picked up by Kiesel. The throw to second, not in time. A head-first slide by Tyson Marks, and he's safe. Everybody is safe for the Cougars.
Kiesel had to go to his right. It was a slow rolling ground ball. He made the best decision, I think. He had no chance at first, but he made that play. Made it pretty close, but good head first slide right there for Marks to be safe at second base.
So an infield single for Rich, and they bring on the speed-up runner for the catcher. I believe out there now is Ryan Oakey, I think. 16. Yeah, 15's already in the game. That's Gavin Roberts.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
First pitch was a called strike to Xander Nilsson. Lund working from the stretch comes set. And he's going to step off the mound. There's the 0-1. Curveball swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike 2 and an 0-2 count.
This game started on time at 4 o'clock. It's nearly 6 o'clock.
We're not even halfway through.
Yeah, not even halfway.
High fly ball down the right field line. Again, the wind is keeping that in, and it will land just foul between Henningsen, Cox, and Bailey. For Nielsen to stay alive. But the way that wind is blowing, I mean, that looks like it should have easily just drifted out of play.
For sure.
The wind's kind of shifted a little bit now as there's another big flag deep out there down the line, and it's kind of coming straight in from right field now. Ground ball to the left side, fielded by Kiesel. Throw to second is in time for the 6-4 fielder's choice, hit into by Xander Nilsson as they get out number 1. Tyson Marks moves to third on the play.
Yeah, moves runners around just as good as a bunt right there. But you still got double play. A double play ball can get you out of this inning right now. Just kind of another slow roller there to shortstop. Did a good job getting that out, though.
So it brings Gavin Roberts to the plate now for Union. He stands in on the right side with runners in the corners for the Cougars, and 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Curveball, high fly ball to left center field. Coming in is Stevens, and he'll make the catch. Tagging is Marks. The throw home was right on the money, and Marks held at third base.
Great throw right there by Bo Stevens from left field. That thing was right on the money.
F7 for Roberts for the second out of the inning. I say we're not even halfway of 7 innings, but right now we are in the run rule territory. So
that's true.
So it could be ending next inning, unless the Union can put up enough runs to get back within under 10 runs. Now the plate is Brennan Meekum, the third batter in this spot in the order for the Cougars. Of course, Camden Franson didn't get the opportunity to bat when he was originally slated in the lineup as the DH. First strike from Lund. There's the 0-1 pitch, and a balk will be called on Lund as he didn't come set. That'll bring in a run on the balk as Marks will score from third, and Nilsson moves to second on the play.
So box by back-to-back box by the pitcher from each team. That one scores a run, though.
So again, here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses high and tight for ball one to Meekum, and a 1-1 count.
So we talk about the run rule. Union needs 4 runs at this point to stay out of the run rule in the next inning.
1-1 pitch. Misses upstairs for ball 2. It's 19-6 your score. Runner on second for the Cougars. Now it's just ball 3. Meekum thought it was ball 4.
Yeah.
Confused me for a minute.
Yeah,
he was halfway down the line, so the 3-1 hitters count. Umpire says, hey, come on back. One sets from the stretch. Checks the runner. 3-1 pitch. On the outside edge for a called strike. 2 and a full count now to Meekum. Two outs in the inning. One sets. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back out of play by Meekum as he battles to stay alive.
And that's what they're going to have to do, just keep battling.
So again, the payoff pitch from Lund. Swung on high, pop up. Kiesel calls for it in the infield, works his way in, and makes the play for out number 3. So a P6 for Meekum. Pop up to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. But the Cougars do get 1 across. They do so on 1 hit in the inning. No errors committed by Manti. And 1 runner left on base through 3.5. It's Manti 19, Union 6 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Your source for high school sports,
KSVC.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And it is a 19-6 Manti lead over Union, and the Templars will bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning. Braxton Henningsen, Cody Agard, and, well, not Cody Agard, excuse me, Kellen Lund and Chase Kiesel. And if they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Britton Kiesel for the Templars. New pitcher for Union is Cy Burchell, and Braxton Henningsen sits on that curveball and drives a shot through the 5-6 hole for a base hit to lead off the inning.
Yeah, that thing was hit pretty darn hard. It got into the outfield pretty quick off that bat.
So that will bring Kellen Lund to the plate. He replaces Agard in the lineup after he replaced him on the mound. First pitch, swung on, fouled back out of play. Strike one. Got to see Kellen Lund down in Kanab hit a pinch hit home run to win a ball game.
Yeah, he looks like he's able to do it.
1-0. Big swing and a miss on the 0-1, for strike 2 and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, that was a big swing right there. He's out there with the, those really are fencing gloves.
The 0-2. Big swing and a miss, strike 3, and Lund will go down swinging for the first out of the inning, first strikeout of the game for Cy Burchell. That'll bring Chase Kiesel to the plate now for the Templars.
I have Kiesel right now. He's 1 for 3 in the game with 2 RBIs.
Pitch misses inside, and it gets past Rich. So heading to second base on the pass ball is Braxton Henningsen. On ball 1 to Kiesel.
Burchell said to Rich, he said, hey, that's on me. That's my bad. I'm curious to, he looks like a younger kid, probably a lower classman. There's Burchell.
Kiesel stands in on the left side. First pitch from Burchell. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Marks knocks it down on the dive at first base. The flip to the pitcher is not in time. I'm not sure Burchell got to the bag. He feels like he got there, but the umpire says he is safe. So everybody's safe.
Good play by Marks right there. made a diving play to his left and kept that ball in front of him, but having a hard time gathering that up. Looks like Coach Labrum's going to come out and talk to the umpire about that one.
Yeah, he wants to get his thoughts on that one. It's hard to tell if he even touched the bag or not.
I don't know if he went over the
slid
top
by
of
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, from our angle, it was tough to see, especially with the runner crossing
they crossed
in front of us.
They're talking about it. They're going to see if the home plate umpire had a better angle on that, if he saw anything different, but call them safe.
Yep.
Call stands.
So runners on the corners here for Manti with one out in the bottom of the fourth inning. They lead Union 19-6. Winner of this game moves on to the bracket championship game tomorrow at 4:30 right here at Salt Lake Community College. We have confirmed we'll stay here the rest of the tournament. We will not be going over to Gates Field at Kearns.
So was that ruled a hit or an error?
Probably ruled a hit because it was a diving stop.
Right.
Coming off the mound is Birchall. Throw to first, not in time. He faked the throw to third, came back to first. Doesn't get the runner. Britton Kiesel at the plate now for the Templars. Stands in on the right side. Infield pulled in on the grass to cut off the run at home. First pitch, swung on, line drive, back up the middle is down for a base hit. Into center field, that will score Henningsen. Going first to third is Kiesel. The throw to second is in plenty of time to get to Britton Kiesel. Well, nope, they say he's safe. He slid past the bag. They didn't try to tag him after he went past the bag, feeling like they got the tag on the initial slide, and he steps back to the bag safely.
Yeah, good base running right there. Comes back to the bag, and umpires waiting to see if they can tag him out. Those are just so hard for us to see, but whether or not the infield played in or out, that was going to be a hit. That was a shot right there, solid line drive.
Yeah.
It's just too hard to tell.
So it'll go as an RBI double for Kiesel. Makes it now 20-6 Manti, and Tage Hill comes to the plate. First pitch from Birchall. This is high for ball one. This is the 1-0. Curveball. That one's in there for a called strike and a 1-1 count. Looks like Grantsville's put up a couple of runs in the sixth inning against Morgan. It's now 7-3. Morgan leads Grantsville in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the 1-1 from Birchall. High fly ball to the left side, goes fouling out of play. I don't know how Hill hit that one. I thought that was going to hit him.
Looked like he hit that with his pitching iron, too, with his pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Too.
Strike two. I thought that was going to hit him in the leg, and somehow he got the bat around to hit it foul.
Self-preservation, man.
So 1-2 count. Hill back in on the right side.
Infield still in right here, trying to cut the runner off at home.
Curveball swung on, fouled back out of play. Hill battles. Again, it's been quite a game here at Kate Field as Manti put up 15 runs in the first inning. There's 9 combined errors between the two teams, which is not great. Here's the 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hill will go down swinging for the second out of the inning, second strike out of the game for Cy Birchall.
That's a good curveball right there by Birchall to get that strikeout. Just got Hill off his timer and gets the strikeout for out number 2.
So that brings to the plate Lane Cox. He stands in on the right side. First pitch curveball, pop to the right side, and that one will drift into the net for strike 1.
Good catch right there by a fan, right behind the dugout. Just hits the net and catches it cleanly.
Still 2 on for the Templars here with Chase Kiesel at third, Britton Kiesel at second. 2 outs. Lane Cox at the plate, down 0-1. Pitch from Burchell. Curveball. Drops in for a called strike 2.
It's a good-looking curveball right there by Burchell. Cox in his last at bat, he had a double into right field and an RBI.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one hits him.
Got him.
So the hit by pitch will turn the lineup over to the top as the bases are loaded for Bo Stevens.
Amidst all the craziness of this game, that's the first hit batter that I show for Union.
Stevens stands on the left side. First pitch from Burchell. Misses in the turf outside. For ball 1. So 1-0 count as the runners take their lead. That one stays low for ball 2. Hitters count now for Stevens. Stevens, 2 for 3 in the game?
2 for 3, yep.
Here's the 2-0. Curveball. Misses out.
Yeah, I didn't get on top of that one. That just it come out of his hand the way he wanted to, and that just stayed out. Which might have been fortunate that stayed out.
So ball 3. 3-0 pitch. On the outside edge for a called strike 1. Hitters count now for Stevens. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 from Burchell. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Nilsson backhands it. The throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out and the third out of the inning. But Manti gets another run across. They get 1 run on 3 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Union and 3 runners left on base through 4 complete. It's Manti 20, Union 6 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Community College is Kate Field on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, along with KSL Sports. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, and the Union Cougars need 5 runs to keep this game going as they trail Manti 20-6. And they'll bring the 9, 1, and 2 batters to the plate this inning, and they're going to have a pinch hitter for Chase Nilsson. So batting into place will be Davin Brotherson. He'll be followed by Peyton Marks and Kate Franson. Kellen Lund still on the mound for the Templars. First pitch to Brotherson missed for ball 1. Lund working out of the windup. 1-0 pitch. Swung on. Line drive through the 3-4 hole for a base hit. So the pinch hitter comes through with a leadoff single for the Cougars.
Yeah, not trying to do anything too fancy right there. Just kind of inside outs that one and hits a single into right field.
So it brings Peyton Marks to the plate. He'll stand in on the left side for Union. Again, they need 5 runs to try to push this to another inning. They trail 20-6 to Manti after Manti put up 15 in the first inning. First pitch to Marks, swung on a live drive down the right field line as get down for a base hit. Brotherson will go first to third on the play. Marks heading for second, slides in safely with a double.
Good hit right there by Marks. He's been on reach base every time. He's been hit twice. He's got a single, and now he's got a double.
So that puts 2 in scoring position for the Cougars with Cade Franson coming to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch from Lund. Misses up for ball 1.
Show Franson he's 1 for 2 in the game. Has reached on a base on balls in his first at bat. And single to left field in his second at bat.
Here's the 1-0. That one will miss outside. Ball 2 and a hitter's count now for Franson. Two-0 pitch. Foul tip, strike 1.
Good hard cut right there. He said they need 5 runs. They've got 2 runners in scoring position, and they'll need 5 to keep the game going.
2-1. Swung on, fly ball in a shallow right. Kason Bailey playing shallow is there to make the play. He'll come up throwing to home, and the runners will hold. An F9 for Franson, fly out to right for the first out of the inning.
Good play by Bailey, good throw, getting that in quick and keeping the runner at third base.
So it brings P.J. Hancock to the plate now for Union. They're down to potentially their final 2 outs. First pitch from Lund, strike 1.
So right now, the infield, they're just playing normal, their normal position. They're not worried about the runner at third base. They're just going to get anything on the grass or on the infield. They're going to get the runner at first.
There's ball 1. Is good block again by Hill to hold the runners. One count. Lund out of the windup. Misses up and away for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 pitch. Stays low for ball 3. So a hitter's count for Hancock. Again, the loser of this game will drop down to play Juab at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. The winner will play the winner of that game at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Here's the 3-1 pitch. A miss low and away for ball 4 to load the bases for Union with 1 out. The cleanup hitter Tyson Marks coming to the plate.
Yeah, Marks, he struck out his first at bat looking, but since then he's walked twice. So he's 0 for 1 in the game. Comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
He stands it on the left side. Lund will work out of the windup. The bases loaded and 1 out. First pitch misses up for ball 1. Well, the wind has done a complete 180. It's now starting to blow out of the south, kind of the southwest right now.
Yeah, it is, which is normally where it does. That's at least in our area, we get a lot of southwest wind.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. On the inside edge for a called strike 1 and a 1-1 count. The 1-1 from Lund. Swung on, high fly ball into center field. Frischneck moving to his right, makes the catch. They are going to tag Brotherson, and he will come in to score. 2 outs in the inning. But the Cougars are down to their final out unless they can get a few more runs to come across, 4 to be exact, as Brotherson scores on the RBI fly out by Tyson Marks. 2 outs in the inning.
You know, and in a previous inning, they did a lot of damage with 2 outs. We saw Manti do a lot of damage with 2 outs as well, so both these teams have scored some runs when they were down to their last out.
Aiden Rich at the plate. Watches ball 1 go by low and away. Rich is 2 for 3 in the game. He's back in on the right side as the runners take their lead. The 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, ball 2. Hitters count for Rich. Manti leads at 20-7 here in the top of the 5th. Catches the outside edge for a called strike 1 and a 2-1 count.
Yeah, strike on the outside part of the plate. You got Xander Nelson on deck. He's the most important run right now. If they can get him across, then the game gets extended.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike 2 to Rich. Down at BYU, Morgan still leads 7-3 over Grantsville. That is in the top of the 7th inning. They just ended the top of the 7th inning. So Grantsville down to their last chance.
And Grantsville came into the tournament. They're the number 1 seed. So
yeah. 2-2 count here. Manti trying to end it. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Fly ball into center field. Frischneck coming in. Makes the catch on the run. And that will do it. The Manti Templars get the win 20-7 over the Union Cougars. Union will drop down to the 1-loss semifinal game. Manti moves into the bracket play championship to await the winner of Juab and Union tomorrow afternoon. We'll take a break and come back with our post-game show next here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports as the Manti Templars advance with a win over the Union Cougars.